Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, you know it doesn't work without you guys. Let's get open for business here and let's wake up my football gods here. Okay, wake up, guy, wake up. There you go, wake up. All right, so shout out to all of you channel members. I got a couple more today. I'm gonna go ahead after I finish this video and get those addressed and out. Our shot glass rack holders are in the process of getting done. Shout out to all you great fans out there. I appreciate all the support. Um, Without you guys, man, it doesn't work without you guys. So one other thing we're gonna be doing. Um, when I was at the Super Bowl, we were, getting some merchandise and stuff, and I picked up a few things. And here's what I got right here. Look at this one right here. I haven't opened it yet, but see, I got two of these. Got one for me and one for you guys. What it is here. Let me zoom in. Boom! It's a bronze figure, NFL figure from the Super Bowl for the 100th anniversary here, and I got this and some other things. And what I'm going to do is, everybody who's super chatted since I've gotten back from the Super Bowl, we're going to go ahead and do a drawing. So I'll put your names all in that. I got a bunch of super chats today. I know Antoine did a bunch of them and things. A couple other people did some yesterday at the other game and during my live stream on Friday. So I'm going to put your guys' names, you guys. We're going to do a drawing because we're working on trying to raise some money and get some merchandise and stuff for you guys as well. And we'll also be giving away some of the football shot glass racks and stuff as a way of just saying thank you for that extra support for the channel and stuff. So, what you have to understand in life, be it general manager or owner of a football team, or be it a guy who's trying to start a business, or a guy who's just trying to have a great relationship, what you have to understand is this: every day is a learning process. You will learn more from your mistakes than not making mistakes. You'll do things that you realize that was really stupid, and you'll know the next time that maybe I shouldn't do this because I'm really putting my foot in my mouth. Or you'll make a bad business decision and you realize that's not the way to go. And you also have to realize you want to play the percentages and things in life. I like playing blackjack. It's not a real difficult game, but it's one of those games as far as gambling goes that your odds are about as close to 50-50 as anything else you'll do. Some people like the roulette wheel and stuff, but the odds are more in the favor of the house than in blackjack. And in blackjack, if you follow the trends, knowing that, if the dealer's got 16, you stay. Okay? Make the dealer have to beat you. Now, you may go ahead and say, you know what, I'm going to take a hit. I got 12, but I'm going to take a hit, even though the dealer's got 16. And you might luck out, and you might get, a 9 and get that 21. But the odds are against you succeeding doing that. It may work sometimes, but not generally speaking very often. And so you got to look at things in football, and that's where a lot of people will play the percentages. What is the best play against this defense? What are the odds on being successful? What's going to give me the best chance of winning? That's not to say you don't throw sometimes, the hell with it. We're going to go against the odds and try something different. But chances are it's not going to be successful that often. So you start looking at business. And the Cowboys, well, they've made plenty of mistakes and stuff in the past. And we need to look at things we've done in the past and haven't been successful. Maybe we look at doing something different in the future. The thing that killed the Cowboys, and I think Cowboys have a way of overcorrecting when they do something wrong. The thing the Cowboys did in like 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11 is they rewarded guys before they necessarily deserved it. And they gave out big contracts. You could look at guys like Jay Ratcliffe. You could look at guys like Miles Austin, who had, a history of hamstring issues, and he had one great year, and they paid him. And same thing with Jay Ratcliffe. They paid him a whole bunch of money, and he ended up being a real rat. You can look at Marion Barber, and instead of saying his style of play is not going to have very much longevity into it because he was literally a beast, but they paid him. You could look at, DeMarcus Ware's contract and Tony Romo's contract. And they were looking out for the players and sometimes paying more than they should have or paying sooner. Terrence Newman was another one of those. And now they've gotten to be that they're trying to play hardball with contracts. They talk and say, we want a team friendly one and this, that, and the other. In the end, they can't even still give out the big fat contract. But they literally rake people through the coals. And with them doing this, you have to honestly look at it on paper and say, what has the success rate been? Well, they're doing that in 2006, 7, the last 14 years. And it hadn't led us to any Super Bowls. Not even close. Not even to the NFC Championship game. And so you look at teams that have been successful. And the thing that you have to look at is New England. New England never has had a situation where they had a D-Law that literally put a gun to their head and said, you're going to pay me or I'm not going to get my soldier worked on. They don't. They let those guys go. And what they get in return, because they know that a Trey Flowers is going to get a big contract, is they get a compensatory pick after it. And they look at it and say there's strength in numbers. We're not going to hit on every pick. So let's try and get as many as possible. If we have 12 picks and we hit on 5 or 6 of them, we're ahead of the curve. Other guys have 7 picks and they only hit on half of them. Well, they only got 3.5 guys. And that's been their philosophy all along. They let, like I said, a Trey Flowers walk. They will trade a Pro Bowl guard in training camp because they're getting draft picks. They will trade, a Jamie Collins to the Cleveland Browns because they know that's going to be a high pick. And they will continue to take these young guys, play them, coach them up, let them become big, and go. Because they know I don't have to pay them a whole lot of money in that second contract. Where a lot of them will go downhill. And that seems to work because they have a system. They also realize that it's more than just your starters. It's also the guys that are backing up. And I'm going to use those guys on special teams to make a difference. I'm going to have those guys ready when my starters go down. Or I'm going to be able to put in different packages and different looks that will be against different teams, because you can't have just one game plan and think it's going to work against everybody. You got to be able to have matchups, and this is what New England does really well. So one of the things the Cowboys did, and I'm looking at, and I'm sorry it's taking me a while to get here, is paying Zeke Elliott. The thing that happened with running backs were you don't pay running backs. That's been the thing. And the Cowboys decided, we're going to buck the trend. We're going to play against the odds, and we're going to pay Zeke Elliott. So when you look at this, you say, well, Zeke Elliott still had 1,300 plus yards. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. He might have had more had he been in training camp sooner, but be that as it may. But the trend here is maybe the Cowboys will end up beating the house, but the trend does not look good. Because as we go through here with the list of the highest compensated running backs, Zeke Elliott at $15 million a year, Todd Gurley at $14.3 a year, Le'Veon Bell at $13.1 a year, David Johnson at $13, and then it drops way off to Freeman at $8.2, Barkley $7.7. His is so low because he's still on his rookie deal. Jerick McKinnon at $7.5, and Leonard Fournette at $6.7. That's far enough that we'll go in there. Here's the thing. Of all these guys that are the top 10 paid running backs, the interesting thing is Zeke Elliott is 4th on that list with yards, okay? And Leonard Fournette is 7th. So of the top 10 highest paid running backs, only 2 are in the top 10 in yardage. That's not real good. Zeke at 15 million had 1,357 yards, 4.5 average. Todd Gurley, 14.3, averaged 3.8 yards a carry for only 857 yards. That's one of the reasons why the Rams say, we want to sit down and talk to you before the season goes. I think they're going to try and say, that deal is a wash. We're going to start over, or you're not going to be here. Le'Veon Bell. Phew. The Jets thought, man, we got Le'Veon Bell. We are good to go. Unfortunately, Le'Veon Bell, at $13.1 million, averaged 3.2 yards for 789 yards a game. I mean, for the season. Really bad. David Johnson, at 13 million, averaged 3.7 yards for 345 yards. Ouch. Devontae Freeman, at 8.25, had 3.6 yards a carry, 656. Barkley, of course, still, only 2 years in, at 7.7, 4.6, 1,083. Jackie McKinnon at 7.5 million wasn't even on the field. And then Leonard Fournette at 6.7, 4.3, 1,152 yards. So now you have to wonder, were the Cowboys wise to turn around and pay Zeke Elliott, or would they have been better off drafting somebody else to replace him? Because as we look at this, the leaders, Derrick Henry, 1,500 yards, rookie contract. Nick Chubb, rookie contract, 1,494 yards. Christian McCaffrey, rookie contract, 1,387. Of course, Zeke Elliott. Chris Carson, Seattle, rookie contract, 1,230 yards. Lamar Jackson, well, we'll take the quarterback out of there. But like I said, Leonard Fournette, Josh Jacobs, 1,100 yards. Joe Mixon, 1,137 yards. Devin Cook, 1,135 yards. And that's the top 10 of runners. It's only 2 of these guys. So the question, and there's nothing we can do about this now, because we've got Zeke, and you basically have him on the books for another 3 years that you can't walk away without paying. So as you look at this, it really goes back to the whole saying of you don't pay running backs. Because running backs, when they get to that 4th year, that's when they start hitting the wall. I don't want to say that's going to happen to Zeke, but again, you're going to find outliers to the odds game. But more times than not, the house is right. All right, guys. Salute. Get your shot glass ready. See you guys first thing in the morning with Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys report. I'll see you soon.